Am I the asshole for changing my mind about splitting the cost of our group vacation equally? Myself 32 and my husband 35 are friends with two other couples and we have been taking group vacations for a few years now. We are all teachers except for my husband who is a welder. We don't take every single vacation together or anything like that. But for 1 week every summer we go somewhere as a group. We obviously skipped 2020-21. It is a great way for us to reconnect and decompress. I have always left my kids with my parents and the other couples have arranged their own childcare. We got together this last weekend to decide what we were going to do for next summer. We decided that we were going to Sanibel Island in Florida. It is cheaper and less crowded in the summer, believe it or not. And all of us can deal with the heat. But one of the couples wants to bring their child 12. She loves seashells and has heard all about this place. Okay. Not ideal, but we decide it would be fine. Here's the problem. We always split the cost of the rental evenly. It's fair. 3 couples. Each of us pays 1/3. So we found a rental that has 1 room that has 2 queen beds so that we still only need 3 rooms. Not acceptable. On their vacation they want alone time. Okay, we find a rental with 4 bedrooms. But it is more expensive. So they will have to pay more since they get 2 bedrooms. Cue shocked Pikachu face. But we always split the rental 3 ways, well yeah, because 3 isn't 4. Before anyone says anything, we did not tell them they had to pay 50% since they got 2 bedrooms. That isn't what we said. We just expected them to pay the difference between a 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom rental. Now they are upset with us for burdening them financially because they want to give their daughter an experience. My husband and I don't think we should subsidize them. The third couple think we should split the bill this one time to keep the peace. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. The third couple think we should split the bill this one time to keep the peace. Nope. Never set a precedent. They will expect you to adhere to it every time. Stick to your guns. If they want to split it evenly, they can stick with 1 room. In fact, please show them the responses. They have a lot of gall to think everyone else should subsidize their extra room. Am I the asshole for not letting my daughter go vegan? My wife and I have 8 kids between us. I know, it's a lot. No need to comment on it. This post is mostly about our 13-year-old, Gina. Gina came to me recently and said that she wants to be vegan. I told her I'll pay for groceries, but she'll have to plan and cook her meals. She can't live off of frozen food or takeout, and her mom and I will be making sure that her meals are healthy before taking her grocery shopping. She was not thrilled. She asked if we could make small changes to our diet to accommodate her, like switching to a vegan pasta and cooking the meatballs separately, but we said no because we aren't going to change our eating habits because she wants to be vegan. She said okay and went to her room. Then she started sending me and my wife links to expensive pots and pan sets. One set was $800, plates, cups and bowls for $200, and her own utensils. I asked why she was sending it to me and she said she needs new pots, pans, plates, etc. because ours are contaminated. I told her ours are perfectly fine and if she wants her own she can buy then with her allowance and start babysitting. Later that day, I got a call from one of my sons saying that Gina was telling him and my other kids that they have to get all of their snacks out of the fridge in the game room. The game room has a kitchenette, because she needs it for her vegan food. When I called and asked what she was doing, she said her vegan food can't be in the same fridge as our food and it's not fair to make her go all the way to the garage when she's hungry, so she thought taking over the game room kitchenette would be a good compromise. I told Gina I'm done with the vegan bullshit and that she can't be vegan while living in my house. She threw a temper tantrum because she thinks I'm being cruel and she's barely spoken to me since then, so I wanted to know if I was the asshole. Edit. About me not changing our meals to suit her. I don't change any of our other meals when the other kids don't like it. They've all known from a very young age that they either eat what we cook or they make something themselves. My 19-yo hates mushrooms. I don't avoid mushrooms to accommodate her. I'll cook with mushrooms whenever I want, and if she doesn't want to eat it she makes something for herself. This vegan thing won't be any different. Not the asshole, but this issue is a lot more complicated. It's not about being a vegan. I have a 13-year-old daughter. At this age kids feel like they zero control over their lives. They are desperately trying to find a way they can assert control. Let's also call a spade a spade. 13-year-old girls are emotional roller coasters. May I suggest you and your wife have a heart-to-heart with her? Understand why this is important to her. Don't dismiss her feelings. After you've let her explain her position, calmly reiterate your family's limits and abilities to accommodate her food choices. This situation needs to be handled with communication. Nothing good ever comes from dismissing a teenager. Am I the asshole for showing my friend the prenup my fiancé wants me to sign? My fiancé asked me to sign a prenup which I have no problem with. I received a copy of it on Monday and I showed it to my friend, who is my fiancé's cousin, because she was curious and she's the only person I know who has any experience with prenups. Reading the prenup is how she discovered something she was supposed to inherit has already been given to my fiancé and nobody told her. She's understandably upset and it's causing a lot of drama in their family. Everybody knows she found out because of me and they're upset with me and blame me for the drama. My fiancé's dad asked me why I showed it to her, and when I explained I wanted her opinion since I didn't have any experience with prenups, he told me that was what the lawyer was for rudely. My fiancé did defend me, but even he's upset that I showed her since he thinks the prenup should have been kept between the two of us. Am I the asshole? And also you should have your own lawyer separate to the one that your husband is using to draft the prenup. Not the asshole. Get your own lawyer. Do not expect the lawyer who prepared the document for your fiancé and his family to represent you. Not the asshole. You've learned something more about how that family operates. They keep secrets from one another. But you should take the prenup to a lawyer. Not the asshole. Your friend was supposed to inherit something. And whoever made that change did it behind her back and without consulting her. Having someone else look over a legal document is important. The family is upset that your friend found out. I think the family was in on it. They have to own up to their lie. He thinks the prenup should have been kept between the two of us. That's not how prenups work. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for not consulting my sister when my wife and I picked our baby's name? I'll try to keep it short and I'm on mobile, so sorry for formatting. My 27 male and my wife 26 female have been together since we were 16. We got married 2 years ago and just had our first child. For the sake of privacy, I'll call our child Mason. When we announced our baby's name at his birth, everyone seemed happy. But after everyone gave my wife and I to bond with our son, my sister 25 female asked me if she could talk to me. When we were in private, she blew up at me saying I was betraying her by naming my child Mason. She said his name was on a list of potential baby names if she had a boy. I had not known about this list beforehand, so that was a surprise. She asked me to change my son's name because apparently Mason was one of 2 names she chose for a boy. My father sided with me but my mother sided with my sister. Am I the asshole? Edit. Okay, did not expect this many comments, haha. I'm going to answer some questions from the comments though. 1. No, she is not in a relationship, married. 2. She's not pregnant as far as I know. 3. She doesn't want to go to therapy because it will brainwash her. I don't get her reasoning on that. 4. She was the golden child growing up because she was a high-risk pregnancy. And now onto the update. It's been a day since my wife and I had our son. My family has left due to work things etc. and I've been working from home in order to help my wife if she needs it. I got a call from my sister today asking if I've changed the name. I said no. She got pissed off at me and continued to berate me about stealing her baby name because she had mentioned it at a Christmas party last year to our mother and assumed she told me. My wife and I had to leave 10 minutes in due to my wife not feeling well. Turns out that's how we found out we were pregnant. I told her she could use her other choice as a name for a son and she said, Colton, fake name, isn't as good as Mason. Mason's a strong boy name, and well, Colton's the opposite. Since you and your wife are both professors, I think you would like the name Colton better. I was so pissed off at her that I hung up. Looking for something to do, I suggested to my wife that she take a nap so I could take care of Mason. She asked if I was okay. She heard the call. And I said yes and that I loved her and our family just the way it was. There's absolutely no way we were changing his name and I'm honestly debating on cutting my sister out of my life as of now. I cannot deal with this drama and a newborn. That turned out to be a bit of a long update, so sorry. I can't believe you wouldn't double check with your childless sister to see if she had a secret future baby name list that conflicted with the name of your actual baby. Not the asshole. The only thing that would make this better is if she's single. Not the asshole. My husband and I wanted to name any daughter we had after one of his grandmothers who died before we started having kids. We now have 2 sons and 0 daughters. His sister had a daughter just before our eldest was born and named her after the grandmother. We said, that's sweet, and moved on to our next set of names. Your sister needs to move on. Congrats on the kiddo. Nope. Absolutely not the asshole. You're not a mind reader. It won't change my vote, but I'm just curious, is your sister actually pregnant with this child she's making lists of names for, or is this just a hypothetical kid?